A very good afternoon and welcome back from that break. You're still here on UBC Lunchtime News. I'm Lorraine Masika Kazimoto. Now with me in studio this afternoon we have two representatives from a particular region. Actually it's really broad and we're talking about education. Have you ever heard of the saying that education is the key to success? Well, yes, we're going to discuss that this particular afternoon. And with me in studio, actually, I'll allow my guests to introduce themselves. And we start with the gentleman right next to me.
Thank you so much, Doreen. My name is Milton Kamotu Wasungui. By God's grace, I'm the district chairperson, Bududa district. Thank you for welcoming us.
Welcome to UBC Television.
Thank you so much, Noreen. My name is Phoebe Lubango. And I work with the Arlington Academy of Hope in Bududa, and I'm the Director Secondary School Planning, the school that is coming next year in February.
Oh, coming next year in February. Okay.
Good to be here.
Welcome to UBC Television. Now, before we get into the education status in Bududa district, you talked about Arlington and you talked about a new secondary school. Could you give us a brief history of, because I can see that there's a primary school and now you know going into secondary school education. Could you give us a brief history of Arlington Academy of Hope in Bududa?
Yes, Noreen. Arlington Academy of Hope is found in Bududa district and started in 2004 by John and Joyce Wanda, and these are sons of the soil. They went to US like anyone else. They are immigrants, but they are citizens in USA. When they went to USA, they decided to give back to the community where they are born. So what they felt was good was to bring back the best or quality education in the background where they were born and grew up. So this was the need at that time. When they reached in the US, they looked at the education standards in the US, and they looked back home where they grew up and studied from. Joyce grew up in Amsindwa, John grew up in Bududa. But when they looked at the education in the US, where their children were studying, they felt they need to give back to their community. And that's when they met with their friends in USA, in Virginia. They started speaking to them. And that's when the idea of Arlington Academy of Hope started in 2004. Today, the program have grown, and it has over 1,000 students that is supporting across from primary to university. Other than that, our founders, John and Joyce, they have had other programs in the community. That's community empowerment. There's microfinance for women. We have also other programs, that outreach programs that support government programs, because there was a high demand. There are also other programs in Kahoro Town Council, where we have programs called Kahoro Urban Initiative, which is going on. That program supports the community around it in terms of developing their businesses. And we have also other programs that are coming up like a secondary school, but we have the two health centers. That's Beatrice Tian Health Center in Matua, and then Beatrice Tian Health Center 2 in Bumarukani. All those programs are to help the community, to help the children who go to school get actually in supporting government programs. For example, our clinics treat over 30,000 people over a year, compared probably to Bududa Hospital, which is in the community. So these two people, with their friends in the US, supported by a very good board, they have changed the Bududa district in terms of education, health, and economic empowerment. And the children who go to our program, they are helped from primary school, which is called Arlington Engineer School, which is the best school in Bududa. Across the district, we are the best, but then we help them through outreach programs in government schools. So we have about 26 programs, 26 schools that are helped by Arlington Academy of Hope in different fields.
26 schools.
26 schools.
Wow.
That is in Amisindwa, Bududa, and Manafa. And Amisindwa is where Joyce, the wife of John, is born, and Bududa where John Wanda is born. So these two people have transformed the whole region. Originally, Mbale was part of it, but because of some few challenges, it is not down. But these programs have transformed the whole region in Bududa through education. And these children are supported from primary to university, including tertiary. And we have graduated over 300 students across. And we have success stories. We have engineers. Right now, we have a student in Canada who is doing a PhD in nuclear pharmacy.
Wow, that's
She's
amazing.
called Nandutu Masi. And these were vulnerable children whose parents were very poor, that they cannot afford education at all.
Yes.
So John and Joyce's are coming to help their community where they grew up. These are also just ordinary people. They chose to build a school or to build schools, to build clinics to help their community, instead of choosing to build hotels and other institutions that for benefit of money.
This is amazing. Over 20 years of changing lives of so many people in Bududa district. That's amazing. Now over to you, Milton. What is the education status of Bududa district as a whole?
Thank you so much, Doreen. Education status in Bududa, I can say generally not very good, though it is not the worst. But that's why we have development partners like this to intervene. Generally, we have 89 primary schools in Bududa. These are government-aided schools, and we also have 77 private schools, including NGO. Arlington Academy of Hope is one of the schools that have lifted the image of the district, and we want to appreciate the efforts of these development partners, especially our own John Wanda and Joyce Wanda. These are from our district. They are born in the area, they studied here, and when they went out, they were able to bring back something for the community to appreciate. So generally, we have about 8 secondary schools in Bududa. These are government aided, and about 4 private. We have only one vocational institution. We don't have any other. And this is not government, this is private again. So, as you know, there's a lot of change, especially in skilling the youth. So we need a lot of vocational institutions. Unfortunately, we didn't have any, apart from the one which was given by one NGO. Now, when Arlington comes on board with this new project called Hawthorne Scribner High School Bududa, it is offering secondary education and also offering vocation. And we feel that the youth are going to be impacted with hands-on skills that can help them not only to be job seekers, but to be job creators of themselves. So we believe this is going to change our youth. It's going to create an opportunity for employment. We are going to reduce on crime rates in the district. And we believe that it is going to be a spur of development in terms of infrastructure. We are looking at things like improved road networks in the district as a result of improved education systems. We are also looking at research. People will come from all over the world to do research in Bududa and to come up with very innovative IT skills that can be able to combat some of the challenges that we're experiencing in Bududa. For example, Landsat. I believe many people now are watching me thinking that I'm going to talk about Landsat, which has happened in Bududa. This time, I'm assuring the whole country that Bududa is not to be known for only landslides. We have the potential of education. When you look in the whole country, Bududa grows the best coffee. That is Arabica coffee.
Yes.
And we're going to develop this product. We have Mount Elgon National Park, which is a tourism attraction. We have bananas, and we're blending these bananas into wine and other foodstuffs that can be used. So the coming of this education institution in Bududa is going to help other sister schools in primary, both government and private, to be able to work collaboratively so that they can improve on their status of education. So Bududa is not going to be the same. We're going to improve on our health. We are going to improve on our infrastructure. I've talked about it. More especially, the biggest challenge that we have that has actually deterred development in Bududa is the road network. We have Ebuburo, Bududa, Sachura Road, which is 28.5 kilometers. This is a gateway to Bududa. It is the only road that leads to Bududa and connects Bududa to the whole world. Unfortunately, as I talk now, it is in a very sorry state, and we're appealing to the government strongly that they should do something about this. If they want Bududa to come out of this syndrome of landslides, let's develop the road network so that we can be able to send our children to better schools. We can be able to get friends who come to intervene and help us to mitigate some of the effects of this landslide. Our population growth rate is so high, 4.5% per annum, above the average. And yet our land acreage is very minimal. We have 317 square kilometers. Out of that, 40% is covered by the national park. So we're having only 60%. And out of the 60%, when you divide by the number of population, which is about 300,000, we are having a high population density, over 1,000 per square kilometer. And this is the one which is causing a lot of pressure on the encroachment of the environment, especially the forest. And as we overuse our soils and encroach on the natural resources, they will end up having landslide, mudslide, which have caused a lot of havoc in the district. So we believe that the only way to transform Bududa is through education.
Oh, yeah.
Once our children are educated, empowered with the skills and the knowledge, they will not be able to encroach on the natural resources. They will get better avenues to come to Kampala, to move. And this particular school that we are talking about is going to be a focal point for us to turn things around so that people can appreciate the importance of education.
True.
And we're going to attract people from everywhere. People should not be coming to Bududa to witness landslides. People should be coming to Bududa to seek knowledge,
yes,
so that they can be able to go back and say, yes, this is Bududa. This is the way to go.
I like that. Now over to you, Phoebe. Arlington Academy has been regarded one of the top schools in Bududa. How have you managed to maintain these standards?
So it was from the start of Arlington Academy of Hope as an organization in 2004. Because of the need the head, chairman has just mentioned, we started a school when their performance at that time was about 10% pass rate in primary school. And when we started a school, Bududa was at the bottom. So we started the systems from the start, and we built a school competing with other schools outside Bududa, not Bududa. So it from the onset, we built a school with a standard, and we started with the teachers. So we began with well-trained or high-qualified teachers at that time, and we have maintained that one. For us, our teachers, each teacher who teaches at Arlington Junior School or in our schools, because I told you we have two schools, one in Matua and one in Bududa, they are graduates. So you come there with innovative skills that is going to add value to the children of Bududa. We also started a school with a partnership with a school from the US where John and Joyce lives. That's Arlington Traditional School. That's where their children were going, and that's where they got on the idea. They were doing what you call reading challenge. This is where we challenge children to read over 50 books in a period of 3 months. We started with that. We started with kids in Bududa who could not read, who could not write, because they come from the same community where every other child comes from. But when we started in 2004, we started teaching children in English. You remember the curriculum of teaching children in their local language.
Yes.
For us on the onset, we started with English. And every child would listen to an English teacher, no interpretation. So when we had the regional challenge from our partners from the US, that is Arlington Traditional School, all our children were challenged to read books, and that one started every year. We do a reading challenge. We have just finished our reading challenge in this October. It has a theme. The theme has been the driving factor for our children. The highest child has ever read 700 books in a period of 3 months. So they start in July, and the break is in October. That has been also a driving factor. So reading is key, writing is key, which is not in other schools, and also English, like I've told you, is an instruction of teaching. We also, our system in place, we have our schools are ICT throughout. Right now, when you come to Arlington Junior School, including to the school where we are going, they use computers. So our children are IT are knowledgeable.
Yeah.
The teachers teach using computers. So the whole system from teaching to teaching staff, we are all computer literate. And then we also have our guiding principles in place, made by the board of directors. Our guiding principles that everyone has a culture, we have norms, we have values, we all take in principle. We have what we call ABCs of success. That is academic, behavior, and character. And this drives children from primary to university. We live as a family. So all our children know that character is very important because it will take you around the world. Behavior will take you anywhere where you want. So it is not basically only academic. Curriculum, sports and games, music, dance and drama. So our school has all those ones inculcated in the curriculum. So a strong curriculum, a strong system, very good head teacher, transparent system, the system is in place. We have meals, a hot meal in a primary school. An environment where a child comes in and the head teacher is there gate welcoming a child. So actually we have the schools, the best schools in Kampala is the Arlington Junior School and Material School in Bududa. That's the standard we have set for our children. A child comes to school knows they're going to have breakfast and lunch. A child comes to school knowing that they are going to find children in class. Our school has zero tolerance and absenteeism, and every day we record 100% teacher attendance and 100% also our children attendance across in the clinics, in the outreach schools, and all the administrators. So these are the things that have kept the standards and have kept us going. And then I think finally also is a system where every worker knows that they're going to be paid on time. Salaries are a must and they have to be there. So everyone is motivated.
Okay. I have a bit of a question when it comes to, let's say, the child of Omuntu Wawansi, because I can see all the things Arlington Academy of Hope has to offer to a child in Bududa district and probably even surrounding areas as well.
Yes, please.
Help me understand, because I know that also Arlington Academy of Hope has been investing greatly in helping vulnerable children through their primary education. How are you doing that? How are you able to also convince a parent Omuntu Wawansi to bring their child to Arlington?
So our program is helping a vulnerable child in Bududa, and this program stops in Bududa. Nobody comes out to Bududa. That's why the project or the program is in Bududa.
Okay.
The founders found it very important that other children can go elsewhere in the world and afford education. So the children who are coming in this school pay a minimum amount of money. They pay just a minimum amount of money and it's a flat figure for these parents who are peasants, who can sell a banana, who can sell bogoya, who can sell these cash crops to be able to pay their school fees. So the fees is affordable for every parent and for the children in the community. And the schools are purely a day school. So nobody comes outside to join the school. That's why only children from that area are being helped.
Okay, thank you very much. Now over to you, Milton. Just like any district, we have some school dropouts of children. How have you been able to address this issue in Bududa district?
Thank you so much. Bududa, like any other district in the country, faces this challenge of one, early pregnancies, and then early marriages. And also, some of them drop out because of lack of school fees. This is a very big challenge in our district and everywhere. How we have addressed this, we have gone out to talk to the parents. And one thing that I want to thank the parents of Bududa, a commitment to support their children in education. That's the bottom line. Many children, especially those in Arlington, parents have been able to support. They provide meals, you know, because it is a policy. And this is what we're encouraging other schools to do so. Because if a child goes to school and doesn't have a meal, definitely you know that whatever this child is learning will stop where in the class. In our local language, we have a saying that she monda, shititia she mumure, meaning that if the stomach is not satisfied, then the head will also not be satisfied.
Be empty.
So a child who hasn't taken anything is hungry, and the results that they will produce are hungry results.
Yes.
So I want to thank the parents who have been committed. Two, we have worked together with the community and the other stakeholders, make sure that those who defile our girls are punished through the courts of law.
Okay.
So the commitment, and the government has also supported this by providing teachers. Teachers also in government schools are being paid on time. And the only challenge that we're facing is the discrimination or discrepancy between the science teachers and the arts teachers.
Yes.
This is causing a lot of lack of motivation,
yes,
but we're trying to address it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Milton. Now, as I know we can talk about this for over more hours, but just give us your final remarks. We'll start with you, Phoebe.
Thank you so much, Noreen. We want to thank you so much for bringing us here. And we want to tell the world about our new secondary school, that is Hawthorne Scribner Secondary School. That's beginning next year in February, and that's now our main focus. Having had a primary school for all these years, having done all these projects for all these years, we have come here to appeal to the world, to the people of Bududa, especially, Manafanda Misindwa, that the school opens. The school we've been waiting for since 2007 opens next year in February 15th. We ask you to bring the children. This project is going to transform Bududa district, it's going to transform the region. It is going to change because over 200 people and the community around are going to get jobs. So Hawthorne Scribner High School opens next year. We want to thank our donors. We want to thank Holly and the Dean for giving us the money that brought the name Hawthorne Scribner High School. We want to thank Joyce and John Wanda, Reach for Uganda through President Dick Abak, for supporting Uganda, and we want to appeal to the world that come next year, bring their children. And we ask, because we are going for the two phases, the next phase of the construction, we appeal to the world or to the people in Uganda that bring your children. Bududa is a better place for all of us.
And to you, Milton.
Thank you so much. I want to extend our appreciation to the government of Uganda, and more especially to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, for creating an environment where people, our children, are able to go to school, and also for encouraging partners to come and help us. I want to greet my people in Bududa who are in Kampala here and elsewhere. Thank you so much. I want to thank the district council which sat yesterday and passed a number of resolutions for the implementation in our district for improved service delivery. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, the Vice Chairperson, and all my voters in Bududa. I'm still there struggling for you, and we shall be there. I say this for God and my country. Thank you.
Thank you so much for giving us some insight on the education sector in Bududa district. I'm Lorraine Masika Kazimoto, UBC News Tonight, UBC Lunchtime News.